What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and I'm here today to preview Bravo Team. Now, Bravo Team is a PSVR game coming out on March 6, 2018. So this game is made by Supermassive Games, again, makers of actually Until Dawn, which is actually very strange that they're making a game like this. Makers of Until Dawn, also makers of The Impatient, another pretty big profile PlayStation VR game. And they are making a game called Bravo Team. It's a first-person shooter. It's kind of a co-op shooter exclusively for PlayStation VR. Now, this game was actually supposed to come out in December 5th, and it got pushed back along with The Impatient, actually. Both of these games were supposed to come out within like 2 weeks of each other, and they both got delayed. The Impatient got delayed till end of January, and then this game got delayed till March. So maybe to give them a little bit more time. Here's the thing. Firstly, I think that The Impatient is a much better project to make the makers of Until Dawn do. It's a horror game. It's a game for PlayStation VR, but it's a story-driven game. It's a choice-based game. It sounds, just like Until Dawn. Bravo Team, this is a very strange game that I see that they are making, and it doesn't really seem like it's right up their alley. I don't know if they have just picked a studio, Sony, and said, hey, you guys made a fantastic game. Until Dawn is one of my personal favorite games ever made, and definitely one of the best PS4 games or even PlayStation exclusive games. But I feel like they went up to them and said, we see that you made this amazing game. We want you to make just PSVR games. I would much rather them make Until Dawn 2 than toy around with these PSVR games. However, I am a big supporter of PlayStation VR, and I do believe it needs more games. It needs more AAA quality games. Now, The Impatient was definitely looking more like that than this. The Impatient visually looks really good. It had a lot more going for it, in my opinion. Bravo Team looks interesting. It looks like it's doing new things with shooters mixed with PlayStation VR, but it doesn't look that special. It generically, just how it visually looks, it's not the best looking game. The trailer looks very good, yes, but the actual gameplay does not look very good. It doesn't look like it's pushing PSVR as far as it can go, like The Impatient did. The Impatient looks like it definitely has pushed the VR in terms of graphics. Now, maybe this is because Bravo Team is supposed to kind of do something else for us. It's a co-op shooter. Now, you can play by yourself or you can play co-op 2 players online. It's set in Eastern Europe, and it's like an escort mission gone wrong, and it's more of just like a high-profile action movie. There's going to be gunfights, there's going to be explosions, there's going to be stuff like that, and to be honest, that is kind of... This game does have a place in the VR library, in my opinion. You do need games like this, because this game seems like it's going to be a faster pace, a more, kind of just go in, have some fun with your friend, shoot things. It's going to be utilizing, again, the new PSVR gun controller. Now, this was, of course, this came out back when Farpoint came out, which was towards kind of around when Mass Effect came out last year. So this gun is semi-new. It looks really cool. I actually really like the design of the gun. I want one myself. I don't have one, but it looks very cool, and I'm glad games are utilizing it. And I think it worked fairly well with Farpoint. So Bravo Team will once again be utilizing this gun. And in terms of how often you're going to be using this gun and like what you're actually going to be doing in the game, it is actually pretty in-depth. Like, everything is controlled by you. You have to be the one to duck. You have to be the one to raise up. Your character's not going to do... It's not like an on-rail shooter. You're going to actually, if people are shooting at you, you got to duck your head. That will duck your character. You have to actually lean. That'll lean your character to shoot. You have to hold up the gun to your face so you can see through the reticle. So it's actually really cool in that way. They're actually utilizing it very well, and that's cool. And again, shooters are fun. They're interesting. It has a place on the VR. Is this the kind of game that I think VR needs, though? Absolutely not. I think the VR needs AAA quality, very high quality, story-driven even, linear even games that push its boundaries and make people say, hey, I have a PlayStation and I'm really interested in that game. I think The Impatient was that game. I think The Impatient is a game. It's a horror game. It's made by Supermassive. It's a choice-based game. It looks really good. It looks interesting. Bravo Team is just... It's kind of like Farpoint in a way. Like, I feel like a game like this has already been done multiple times, or even The Heist. That was one of the those 4 games that came bundled with the PlayStation VR. You had to buy them. PlayStation VR Worlds, when that came out, and that was one of the games, and this reminds me a lot of it, only this is going to be kind of a full game, but I doubt it's actually a full game. At the end of the day, I don't want to sound very critical of this game. I want you guys to check it out. You know, when the game comes out, I want you to watch videos on it and see if you like it. And for any people who have a VR, this could be a game you'd definitely be interested in. There's nothing wrong with that. I want to support the VR, and I want to support games coming out on the VR. I just want to support good games coming out on the VR, and this game looks subpar. It looks like a game that they kind of forced Supermassive to make. It looks like a game that is coming out but maybe shouldn't be coming out. So there are some red flags, in my opinion, on this game. It seems like they could have been doing better things. I think the VR needs games, but it doesn't need games like this. It needs different kind of games. We can always talk about that in separate videos. So let me know what you guys think of Bravo Team. I mean, there's a trailer that was showed off, I believe, at E3 this past year, or one of their conferences. So it's a game that did get a little bit of attention. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the game. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. We do previews like this on games and movies every single week. Make sure to like and share the video, and I will see you guys on the next preview.